Hello everyone, Missladypetal here. I have a haircut! So I went and finally found, we've been looking for a hairdresser for a while because every hairdresser I've been to recently just doesn't know how to cut curly hair. So I went to a new hairdresser. Oh, and say hello to Puss. Here we go. Hello Puss! She came and joined me on my video today, so you know she'll probably upstage me, but you get that. Because, you know, she doesn't know I'm taping, she just thinks I'm talking to myself, which is pretty normal, isn't it, Puss? Yep. Okay. So I found a new hairdresser. It was very hit and miss. She's like, oh, I don't want to take too much off, and, you know, your hair's so curly and pretty, and I'm like, no, just take some off. So the hair's not looking brilliant because, of course, it's really hot and humid here at the moment. You know, it's spring, but OMG, right? 37 degrees Celsius, look that up. Because it's hot. It's Fresno hot. Anyway, so, and it's afternoon here at the moment, so afternoon heat. And I've got the sun beating through my window here. Boy, is it hot. Anyway, so what have I got done this week? You know, something interesting I'm doing. I'm just all over the shop today. I've been driving around in the heat. But I managed to watch that movie, Gone Girl. Gee, that messes with your head. That chick is a psycho. Just, if you want to watch it, really great movie, but she's a psycho. Like, really. Yeah. Just puts me to shame. I can't compete with that kind of level of crazy. That's like a whole bag of crazy, you know, a whole bag of cats crazy. Anyway, so I'm working on all these letter journals. I tell you what, I'm in one of those positions now where all my letter journal swaps, thankfully I don't have two in the one swap, but they've all landed on my desk at once. So, I know, Puss, you're sleeping on them. I know, that's so bad. So I have like a massive journals. Get the tail out of my face, Puss. Ugh, I tell you what. So I have received some journal goodness today, and this one is Rosemary's journal. Hi, Rosemary. That's a heavy journal. I'm just going to say smack smack. That's a heavy journal. But then again, it's probably not your fault because all the pages are kind of almost painted on and I'm the last one in the group. So, yeah, I've got some work to do on that one. That's interesting. That's the one with the passports in it that you were talking to me about. So I also have a journal from Denise. So Denise, I have your journal as well, and I am the last one before it comes home to you. Now in Denise, there's kind of a lot of not quite completed pages in this one, and I think there's a page where some of the washi tape has sort of come off one of the pages, but there seems to be there's at least 2 double spreads I'll need to do, and then there's one collaborative page, 2 collaborative pages that I need to finish. So 2 complete spreads, 2 collaborative pages. Denise, I'll probably hang on to this for at least a week, only because I have so many of these at the moment. I have Letha's letter journal. I love that. That must be a stamp. Love it. But I love the tags on the back, so I won't show you because it'll show you all the stuff. But yeah, I'm having fun with this one. There's some pretty cool stuff in here and lots of collaboration to do. I just want to say, Letha, that one of your pages, the page you did, that girl is very, very sticky. So everybody that's working on this journal of Leith is in that group. It's group 39 for KIF. Make sure you never, even when you're working on the journal, don't take that wax paper out, because it's really important. Because I don't know what's happened with that girl, or whether it got heated up in the mail or whatever, but yeah, it needs to stay in there the entire length, even when you're working on other pages, because you press down on it, and it's really important. So everybody else in that swap. Of course, I've got a journal that I'm working on. This is the first all Australian KIF journal, and I'm working in that at the moment. And in this one, I'll just quickly show you a little bit. In this one, I'm doing a whole thing of all cut out decorative borders, all different throughout the journal. And I won't show you the rest because, you know, this is my journal and I'm sending out to the group. But I'm trying a thing, I'm doing it in my notebook journal at the moment. So when I go to seminars and go to church and hear guest speakers and stuff like that, I've started a new type of note-taking journaling. So I'll show you what I mean. And those people on Crazy Island Family and stuff will have seen this already. I'm not going to use the Delusions journal anymore for that. I'm working in a Strathmore journal for that from now on, because it's got mixed media paper that's more suitable for watercolour. And the Delusions, I didn't prep it with watercolour ground beforehand, completely forgot about that. Anyway, so this is my session notes from a camp that I went on, a ladies camp that I went on, and this is session 2, session 3, session 4, and session 5. Now as you can see, I'm playing with cutouts on the borders, and that's kind of where I came up with the idea for that, because I wanted you to be able to see when you first opened up the pages that there was some interest there. Particularly when you're looking at things like that and it's cut out. So, and what I did was I drew before meal times and in the mornings and stuff, I started to lay down some rough paint and sketches. You know, I forgot in my art travel bag, I forgot to take a pencil. I forgot to take an eraser. Oh no, I took an eraser. I just didn't take a pencil. I didn't take a pencil, and I didn't take a black pen, like a black, you know, scarlet line pen, or, you know, rollerball pen. So these are in biro. There's some watercolours and crayons. Watercolours, crayons and biro. That's all it is. And yeah, I found it interesting working with that, because I figured out long and hard that Delusions paper just doesn't like watercolours at all. It immediately, and the reason why that is with proper watercolour papers, they have this special coating on them, and the coating stops them from the paint and the water from immediately soaking in to the paper and just absorbing straight into the paper, and then you can't work with the colour and extend the wash out because it's already permeated the paper. Delusions, it just goes straight into the paper, and that's the difference. So you'll see here that I've got just a little bit of feathering, but these were watercolour crayons, and that's all I got. And normally I would be able to blend them out a lot more, but you can still really tell that they're crayons, whereas quite often when I'm working with neo colours in any other type of paper, really they go really creamy because it doesn't permeate in straight away. So I'm working in a Strathmore journal now. I have 2 little Strathmore journals, and I'm sure I've got them here somewhere, because of course my desk is a complete mess at the moment because I'm working on 50 zillion projects at once. So little Strathmore Series 500 journal. So I'm just playing around at the moment again using the cutouts. and just trying to put a title page on and working on this page at the moment for this week's sermon notes. So you can see there's going to be there's cutout borders, and there's another cutout border there, and I'll colour them in. I like the idea of using the watercolours to have a lovely kind of delicate background, and then do all your doodling and further painting and crayoning on top of that, rather than just doing it straight onto white paper, which is almost kind of what I was doing with the other journal notes. But of course this takes watercolour very, very well, and I'm really enjoying it. So we'll see how I go with those. I intend to completely rebind this and cover it round and round, and then have a flap that comes around this part, and it should look gorgeous by the end. But I figure it'll take me a while to do that. So I think that's all the letter journals that I've got. I've got 4. Wow. 4. I mean, I have had up to 8, but I have 4, so that's quite a lot, because some of them need a little bit extra work than others. I got some happy mail today from Sarah Whitney. How exciting! I know what it is. She kind of told me what it is, but I haven't opened it yet, Sarah. So you'll have to watch this. And congratulations, Sarah. Sarah just landed herself a full-time job. And she only had the interview yesterday, and she got the job today. Well done, darling. Well done. So proud of you. Wow, there's a lot in here. And I know Gina's already done hers. So, ooh. Okay. So I've got little journaling cards. Beautiful, Sarah. I've got a couple of letter journals. They're going to go straight in and get used straight away. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it. There's one particular journal that has a lot of that. Oh, burlap paper. Now, I've never seen burlap paper before, but I tell you what, I'm so loving that. That is awesome. Don't know if it's sticky or just stuck to... Does it have a sticky backing, or it's stuck to paper? Love that. Love that. Oh, yeah, I'm in love with that. Can't you tell? Gorgeous washi tape. I'm just going to preserve the majority of the washi tape and get into... Ooh, okay, so Gina's already gone through all this paper. So those of you that watches Gina's channel, I am not going to go through all this paper, but I am going to hold it up and just say she sent me an absolute bunch of really pretty papers. Some of it I've got stuff like this, leafy stuff, and just, you know, embroidered stuff. I've got some stuff like that too, and felty stuff, and it's just pretty, some metallic looking stuff. Just really, really pretty and glistening and just gorgeous. And apparently she was in a big swap or something, or she bought a big packet of this stuff and had all these random sizes, and I'm like, oh, they're perfect for letter journals. Just do whatever. Just lots of little bits and pieces. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now I have a plastic bag full of goodies. Have to see what she's got in there. So little pearls and beads. All random pearls and beads. Wow, there's lots of stuff in here. I'm just going to pull it all out and hold it up. She's just done some awesome, okay, so we've got all these sticky backs of rhinestones in all different colours. Just heaps of them. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Some pretty flowers. Some wire ribbon, which will probably get used on at Christmas this year. We'll see, have to see. Oh, look, a poinsettia. Some pretty butterflies. Another kind of silvery. These all look like really Christmassy type things, don't they? Look, she must have got a packet with all these cute little flowers and doodads. Oh, I like these. So they're like plastic. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're like plastic. I like that. They look pretty cool. They look collaged underneath and bits and pieces. Oh, I love those little cute snowflakes. Look at those. More of the plastic and these cute little like bingo cards. All this stuff is just so amazingly perfect for letter journals. I'll have to pop some in. There's some that I'm doing at the moment. I have a few that I got given from someone else in the UK. And lots of little paper flowers. Got lots of little papery flowers. That's so cool, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm like, whoa, came just in time because I've got a bunch of letter journals to do, and all that kind of stuff is really great for collaboration pages. And you know, when I've got a couple here, I've got two on my desk that I'm the last person, and one has more than the other to do. And you know, when we first go into doing letter journals, you know, there's a lot of newer people in some of these swaps, and they've done some awesome work in here, but there's still a little bit extra for me to do at the end, but nowhere near as much as some of the other swaps I've been in, which is super, super cool. But sometimes you can think about themes that you want to do on your letter journals. So in that one that I'm doing with my Aussie friends, every single page in that letter journal has been taken from Shakespearean plays or Calamity Jane. So very different, and some of the paper in it has like pen and ink drawing, and that's already there. That's just the page, and I left the pages as is because it's all about the written word. And I know the double spread I've done, I've converted two of the pen and ink drawings on there and they were two ladies. I've converted them into something completely different and left half of the drawings there and then painted over the other half. And then I found a beautiful excerpt from Oberon, a Shakespearean play that directly related to it, and that's the theme for my whole journal, which I'm loving, right? And I just can't wait to see what inspiration and poems and even song lyrics or whatever comes back to me with those journals, and what interesting things people do with, you know, with some of the pen and ink drawings that are in there, whether they completely cover them up or whether they use part of them or all of them and do something around them. I love it. I think it's great. And this is the original ephemera, so it's not not actually scanned and photocopied or anything like that, because I have so much of it, because I went to a big book fair earlier this year and got heaps. So I've got heaps and heaps that I can use up, and I'm really happy with it so far. Cool. So you can try different things with your letter journals. That's really, really cool. What else has been happening? I've had a busy week this week. It's like Thursday afternoon and I don't know kind of what's hit me. I've had lots of things going on. Oh, exciting news about my chicken project. So I was doing my chicken project. Initially, I have already donated most of the proceeds so far to the India night at my church, which was 2 weeks ago. It was awesome. It was an awesome, awesome night. And we're almost at the goal. The goal's $10,000 and we're sitting at around 8,000 at the moment. So we're almost there. But I felt that my chicken project could probably go a little bit bigger. Anyway, I went to a local Rotary meeting last night, on Monday night, and the guest speaker didn't turn up, and I got to talk about my chicken project. So now I'm taking my paintings and the chicken cards to the next Rotary meeting, and I'll get to talk about it a little bit more. And he's hoping, fingers crossed, that this project gets picked up in a bigger way, and we can link up with Rotary in India, and we can actually do more for widows in India. And I love the fact that God can use anything, any organisation, anything to feed the poor and to help those that can't help themselves. So you'll hear more from that space. It's very, very early days yet, but the people that I spoke to were very excited about the project, as all of you are, and that's been really, really exciting. So, and by the way, like I sent a chicken card out to someone in South Florida, and it took a month for him to get it. It was almost a month to the day, and I was, that morning, the morning I was sending out a second lot, because I thought, oh, these must have been lost in the mail, he contacted me and said, no, I got them today. And I'm like, that's a month. Like, I'm used to stuff taking 2 to 3 weeks, but a month? So, like with your letter journals, be patient. Sometimes it takes longer. It depends where people are and what's happening. And that was a thin envelope. It wasn't bulky, and it only had chicken cards and postcards in it. So it was very thin, and it had documents only on it, and it wasn't opened by customs or anything, and it just took a month. So that's the longest that any of my chicken cards or prints have taken to get to people so far. So yeah, amazing. But the prints are selling really well. I'm going through those limited editions quite quickly. So if you're wanting any of those signed prints, they are limited to 20 at this stage. Unless, of course, I launch a new project through Rotary, in which case I will then open that up. Because for me, it's not so much about the art and it being precious art or anything. It's about raising as much money as humanly possible for widows in India. So I'm excited about that. Tomorrow I'm going on an excursion with my friend Lynn, and we're going to a place called Tea and Biscuit. So it's not tea and biscuit that you eat, it's biscuit with a Q. And we're going to paint mugs and plates and bowls and platters and teapots. So we might not do all of that. So I've been busily planning out my design. I'm going to do a Zen Doodle mug with my Zen Doodle cat that I did in a Journaling Crazy Island style page a little while ago. I'm going to do a Zen Doodle cat, and I'm thinking about doing a plate, and I have some ideas for that, because of course I've been talking to my friend Lynn, and you cannot layer and blend ceramic paints the way that you do with acrylics. It is one layer on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. So you have to think carefully about clever ways that you can, and you are limited to 16 colours. So I'm taking a pencil and eraser. I'm taking, because the pencil burns off in the kiln, and I'm taking some paintbrushes because I want to be able to have the sort of paintbrushes that I think I will need to do some of the Zen doodling designs. And of course, when you do Zen doodle designs, you will use some thicker markers and some thinner to get the kind of Zen doodle effect that we all know and love. So yes, that's very, very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be she's picking me up tomorrow at 9. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that with her, and she's a fabulous artist herself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, Gina Aarons, here we go. Gina sent me some fabulous fabric, painted fabric. Gina, painted fabric. There we go. This is the other side. Here we go. I think it's thinner than canvas, and you're telling me it could be duck fabric. I think you might be right. But I'm sitting here going, yeah, I made a journal out of this, and I know I talked about it last week, but Gina, it also looks like you've stuck like paper fibres to it or something. It looks like it's got like paper pulp. See that brown stuff? Looks like paper pulp. I don't know. You tell me what you think it is, because I'm going to get some, because it looks like it was awesome. She thinks she's painted it with paints and then medium on top. So yeah, it's kind of stiff, but perfect for covers. Gorgeous. But I had already sent the journal off when she said, oh, I can't remember what I sent you. As you do. All right. I think that's it for me for this week. I'm a bit hot and bothered. I can't sit in the sun any longer. Okay, ciao for now. Remember, learn something new today. It keeps you young. See you next week.